Alright guys, let's take a look at some straps. Now my buddy Matt over at Strap Mill Canada sent over a few different options. And what stimulated this is I hit him up via message, the way I communicate with Matt. And I told him I had noticed that they were carrying rubber straps now. So I'm like, Matt, hook me up, send some of those over. Let's talk about it, because it's summertime and the rubber straps are awesome. So he sent over a couple of rubber strap options and a couple of new leather strap options. So let's just cover those. But before we get started on that, I want to bring up a strap that he actually sent over a while ago. Now this is the black shell cordovan, and this is a horse leather. I learned a little bit more when I did the initial video. I didn't even realize it was horse leather, so dummy me, right? But I'm not a strap guy, so I didn't really know. So I'm going to start wearing it on my Borealis Adraga. I'm going to get it broken in. And breaking in these is very easy, but they're not, it's going to take a long time for them to look broken in, because the reason they use this kind of leather, the horse leather, is when you bend it and flex it, it doesn't do any of the creasing that a standard leather will do. But I like that look as well. This will just maintain a cleaner, new look longer, and it will patina over time, but it's just going to look different. It's just a more versatile type of leather. So there's that guy. Now these are premium. The cordovan leathers are premium across the board, wherever you get them. So $125 for this strap here. So, and I'll put down in the description a discount code if I can find one. I think he offered one for my viewers. I can't remember. So next up I want to show is, this is a new addition to their lineup too, is like a pilot style. So just its overall construction, with these two rivets here holding over the fold back on that. So it gives it a pilot look. So if you have an aviation style watch, or even a field watch, or, well, in my case, a diver, because I didn't have anything else, if you're going for that look, then this is going to work really good. Now, in the description for these pilot ones, they call it crazy horse leather. So I don't know if they make the horses crazy before they harvest them, or if they were already born crazy. No, I'm just kidding, guys. So when you look up what crazy horse leather is, it's not actual horse leather. It is regular cowhide leather, but it is treated with special oils and stuff to get it a certain, these are really light and very flexible. So they're going to be very versatile. They're going to feel broken in already. But again, because they're treated with a lot of oils, they don't really show that cracking or quick patina, if you will. They're going to last a little bit longer and wear more evenly. Typically, you see them on saddles, or it's called saddle leather. So that's why it's called like crazy horse leather. It's because it is for saddles that go on horses, I guess. So here you can see I put the black one on the diver, and I don't know, I kind of dig it, because with all the stainless steel ties in there. And I know leather on a diver already blasphemy. On top of that, I put a pilot strap on a diver. Well, guess what? I can do whatever I want, and so can you. So if you want to wear this look, then go for it. There's no real rules here. People may tell you there are, but there are no rules, guys. Do whatever the heck you want. So both these pilot straps, they have a price of $55, which I think is a very good option for a really nice leather strap. Traditionally, for like a pilot watch, or maybe even a field watch, I think it's definitely paired better with something like that versus a dive watch, which I what other option do I have? I don't have any pilot watches right now. Maybe in the future I will, but I've been trying to get one, and it just hasn't happened. This green strap was also a strap that they sent over back when they did the sent the cordovan over. It is it got a nice taper to it, and again, I think they use the same crazy horse leather or whatever. It's just a treated leather. So typically when it's colored like this, when you fold it like that, you're going to get some creasing, but because it's treated with some good oils, it's not going to do that. And then it has I forget what the material is on the back, but it's a different kind of leather on the back that's going to wear good, a nubuck or something like that. All right, let's get to the rubber straps, and that's what I originally wanted to talk about and see. Now this one here is they call it the SMC vented, or Strap Mill Canada vented rubber. I didn't see where this one was labeled as vulcanized rubber, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But the big thing is their venting system they did here. You can see it as huge vents on this guy. And then you have 2 floating keepers. Now, this I don't think is vulcanized rubber because it's a little sticky feeling and you can see a little bit of lint building up on it. So that lends me to thinking that it's not vulcanized rubber on this one. But the price tag on it is $55. And you can see it has quick release tabs in there for the spring bars. So, and yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it already has a natural curve to it. It's a little bit thicker up towards the watch head. And then these vents are going to be like, positioned pretty nicely on your wrist where you can vent. You can't really vent down on the bottom. It becomes more difficult. You got more stuff going on down there. But let me pop that guy on wrist. Well, before we do, let's talk about the other strap because I have it on wrist. Now this one they do label as vulcanized, and you can tell by the feel of it. It definitely feels like it is. I just did the video on the Zalandi and the Omega one, and that feels the same. So I think this is definitely the vulcanized one, and also only $55. You can see I put it on my Citizen Hyper Aqualand. I gotta say, I was wearing this on one of those elastic straps, and I just hadn't been wearing it. But now that I just put this guy on there, I'm definitely gonna wear it. I think some vulcanized rubber is definitely the way to go for summertime wear. You can see there are some cutouts on the backside that's also going to aid in venting. And then you have, much like the Zalandi, you have a keeper, a floating keeper, but it's encapsulated with some tabs here. And then you have a full floating one, which can only go so far because the strap does taper. So, and it does have a little bit of elasticity to it, a little bit of pull on it. So $55, yes, it's not fitted to the case, but for $55, guys, I mean, compared to like what I was talking about with the other, stuff for your higher end watches, where you approach 200 or plus, you can get the same type of material and the same type of feel for like $55 if you're willing to go with a straight end link here, which $55, man, it's hard to argue with that. It just works. So let's pop the Borealis on wrist here and we'll take a look at the vented. I don't think this one's vulcanized. It feels a little stickier on wrist. It's a little harder to move the keepers and stuff like that, so you could potentially get wrist claustrophobic with this guy. I'm still trying to get it. It's pretty sticky. I think once you get it on wrist, it's going to be fine, but I'm just keeping it real with you guys here. It's a little sticky. Yeah, once I get it on wrist, it feels totally fine. I prefer the vulcanized one better, but once you get it situated and sorted, it works great. And then the fact that it's vented underneath there too, I'd be curious to log some hours with this thing, especially maybe if I go do some water sports or something like that, and see how well it clears out. So that's a really good looking one as well. But if I had to pick between the two, unless you absolutely need the vented, I would pick the vulcanized over this one. But that's just my miles. You guys could let me know what you think. Let's see the length of this. Yeah. So the vented one is also longer. So if you need something maybe to be more for diving and stuff like that versus just sport wear, this might still work over a wetsuit potentially. So that's food for thought on that, because it is, yeah, it seems a little bit longer, or if you have a larger wrist. So, but yeah, definitely check out these vulcanized ones. I'll put a link in the description to Strap Mill Canada. And then, it's summertime, but in the afternoon or something like that, maybe you still want to rock a leather strap, depending on your climate. But you guys know fall's going to be right around the corner too. I know I hate to say it because we're kind of just early in the summer, but fall time, man, leather is just awesome. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Matt over at Strap Mill Canada for sending over some cool straps. I'll see you guys in the next vid.